using their global financial control and using their global terror tactics to let America do, to make America do all these things which the Israeli foreign policy demands. Never in history you would find such a small country controlling such a huge country like America. And Misra, the last line of his article of December 9, very interestingly says, it has other phenomena like outsourcing war on terror to mercenaries attached to it. He's talking about Mossad. The Mossad has a habit of outsourcing terrorism. Mossad excels in forming armies of private mercenaries and destabilizing states the world over. Just go on the net. And this time, the Mossad's target is Pakistan. The war has come to Pakistan now. There is an urgency in Mossad now. There's an urgency in Israel to destabilize Pakistan. And for that, they want to drag India with it. Now, the convergence of interest between the Indian fascists, the Israeli Zionists, and the American hardliner neocons is one. Target, Pakistan. And that was Mumbai. That is why Mumbai was orchestrated. That is why the Indians are going practically hilariously overboard trying to prove that Pakistan was involved, despite overwhelming evidence from eyewitnesses and their own media and Western sources that this was an inside job. It was a false flag operation. They did it themselves. They wanted to divert attention from themselves towards Pakistan. They wanted to create a global justification that India must wage a war against Pakistan. It was a false flag 911. It didn't work out. They goofed up. But they tried very hard. And lots of people died in this covert black operation. That was Mumbai.
Antule seeks probe into Karkare's killing, 18 December 2008, TNN.
Let me explain.
Minority Affairs Minister.
Yes. Now, you see, it's not again. The death of the police officer who was being threatened by the Indian Hindu hardliners was so strange and even, because there's no inquiry on it. Nobody knows how he died, despite the fact that he was the topmost anti-terrorist officer. The Indian minority states minister actually raised the issue in the parliament and asking for a solid inquiry. But what actually happens in return? The entire Indian parliament goes after him, literally forces him to withdraw his statement. The fascist, again, this is again a sign that the fascists have won in the Indian parliament.
And they've got greater influence in the parliament.
Exactly. That man, Antoli, was brave enough to take his stand. He stood his ground for a very long period of time, suggesting, no, yes, there is a suspicious character to his death of the police officer. Some fascists are involved in killing him. He has not been killed by so-called Pakistani terrorists. There is something which must be investigated. Yes. And he was forced to back down in the parliament by the fascists. And this is what I'm saying. Indian Federation has been taken over by fascists. The nationalists, the seculars have lost the war in India.
And do you think the upcoming elections in India?
And exactly, in the upcoming elections in India, the Colonel Prohit, the man who's a known terrorist, the man who killed dozens of people, planted bombs all over India, the BJP, the mainstream party, is saying they will make him stand as their ministerial candidate. And they are saying the Narendra Modi, the man who has thousands of blood on his hand, the man who burned people alive, the man who burned children alive, is now being tipped as the Indian Prime Minister. Say farewell to the Indian Federation. Indian Federation is going to disintegrate like Austro-Hungarian Empire if this fault line, if this direction that the Indian Federation is taking
I totally
continues.
agree, Zaid. I totally agree with you. So this man was forced to keep his mouth shut on this particular issue. Was the Mumbai attack a contractual terrorist operation? 19 December 2008. Again, Amrish Mishra.
You see, again.